Ayan, so magandang araw sa inyong lahat. So let's go ahead and let's get started with our lecture 3, which is all about economic equivalents and annuities. So last time we discussed already the economic equivalent, which defined as combination of interest rate or rate of return and the meaning of time value of money to determine different amounts of money at different points that are economically equivalent. So we have mentioned this a lot of times and nag-solve na din tayo ng mga problems about equivalence where we move or translate some of the value of money through time or at specific focal point. So we'll be using that later on in our problems as we go along. So we can simply define economic equivalence as a changing value of money in the future. Say for example, we have $100 now and it's economically equivalent to $110 in 1 year if I is 10%. Okay, so what we have here are the illustration of cash flow diagram under single payment na na-discuss na natin, including, of course, specifically yung compound interest wherein given tayo ng F and P and then, or given tayo ng F and then we need to solve for the value of P. So, single point amount, yung payment lang natin ay isa. But if we have a payment na recurring but merong equal value, then we call it as a uniform series or annuity. So if we see a series of arrows na merong same height that represents continuously the same amount year after year, tatawagin natin siyang uniform series or yung value na yun, yung mga installments na tinatawag natin or yung payment natin at a series of period, tatawagin natin siyang annuity or annual worth. So, the classical representation of A given P and also P given A. So, let's discuss more about annuities. So, what is the definition of annuity? So, it's a series of payments made at equal intervals. So, yung mga payments na to, they are sometimes made of annually then, semi-annually, compounded quarterly, or at any other regular interval. So the payments typically occur for a fixed period and the amount is usually the same for each interval. So annuities are often used in financial products like retirement plans, insurance contracts, and loans where the payments repeat year after year. So this is just a cash flow diagram showing how the annuity are represented in a cash flow diagram. So this annuity formula are derived from the single payment. So since yung value ng A natin ay pare-pares lang naman and then nagko-compound pa din yung payment na yan every year or every compounding period, then we just sum up its effect. That's why using some mathematical manipulation, then we come up with the formula for annuities. But here are the common symbols and notations that we often see or we see most of the time when we solve problems under the annuity or uniform series. So we have the P, which is the value of money at present, the F, the future worth, and A, the series of periodic equal amount of money, and the number of interest periods. And I is the interest rate per interest periods. Okay, so we have different types of annuities. So merong ordinary, merong deferred, merong annuity due. But unahin muna natin yung ordinary annuity. So ano ba yung definition ng ordinary annuity? Etong type ng annuity na to are made at the end of each period. So, start tayo sa year 0 and after nun, dun pa lang magsisimula yung annual payment niya. So, yung formula natin, we have different formulas. So, meron tayong 4 cases under ordinary annuity. Una, yung P given A, and then the derived formula for P given A, we have this P, and then meron tayong A, given yung value ng A, and then we have a factor here na 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n over I na tatawagin nating uniform series present worth factor. So kapag hahanapin natin yung value ng P, given tayo ng value ng mga payments natin at end of each period, then we can use the uniform series present worth factor and we just multiply it with the equal amount of annuities. Then that's the time that we were able to get the value of P. So we can represent this one as P over A, and then given tayo ng interest and N yung interest period natin. Okay, so meron din tayong finding F when A is given. So the formula for this is F is equal to A, and then 1 plus I raised to N minus 1 over I. And we call it this part of the formula, yung factor natin dyan, as uniform series compound amount factor. So in functional symbol, it can be represented as F over A, I%, and N. Okay, now finding A when P is given. So this is capital recovery factor, yung tawag natin doon sa part na we multiplied the value of A to. So now we have the capital recovery factor A given P. So tama naman yung factor pero mali yung P is equal to A. Dapat A is equal to P. So given tayo ng P, we need to solve for A, and the factor is just the reciprocal of P over A. So the factor is correct, I over 1 minus 1 plus I raised to negative n, but dun sa slide, i-correct ko na lang siya na dapat yung formula na to ay equal, dapat A is equal to P. Yun yung tama. So yun yung, but then again, ito yung tinatawag nating capital recovery factor. So kapag given tayo ng value ng P, and then we just multiply it with this factor, we can get the value of the annuity. So baliktad to, take note lang class na mali yun nandito sa slide. So we are just going to correct it by providing you the correct formula that we use here when A is required given tayo ng value ng P. When we have finding A when F is given, so we need to solve for A. And then given tayo, so yung formula is F, and then we have I over 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. So tatawagin natin itong sinking fund factor, and it is read as A given F at I% in N interest periods. So this is the summary of all the present worth, the interest factor that we'll be using under the annuity topic. So first, discuss natin ito yung single payment compound amount factors, yung single payment for compound interest. So F given P, P given F. Ngayon, sa annuity, meron tayong 4, uniform series sinking fund, A given F, capital recovery, A given P, uniform series compound amount, F given A, and uniform series present worth, P given A. Later, we're going to discuss also the gradient wherein yung payment na binabayaran natin at every period ay nag-i-increase or nagdi-decrease. So, hindi na siya same or equal. Tatawagin natin yung ganong series as gradient, uniform gradient. So, we also have some formulas in solving that. But sometimes, sa board exam, yung mga formulas na to, hindi na natin ginagamit kasi binibigay na nila yung value ng mga factors kasi we have a table of those factors given tayo ng common na period which is 1 to 10, and then we just multiply the value of these factors to the annuity or present worth kung ano yung hinahanap natin. So yung mga factors na to, nakuha na siya gamit yung equations na meron tayo ngayon. At parang I remember before na pinagawa kami ng mga Excel And then, yung Excel na yun, magsusolve na siya ng different values of these factors given ng different period and value of an interest. So, dapat, say for example here, sa table 13, 8%, and then, we just simply input the values of the compounding periods, then we were able to get these factors. So, sa board exam, minsan, given na yung factor na lang and then multiply na lang natin. But it is still important na kailangan memorize natin yung mga formula. Okay, so solve muna natin yung first problem. Meron tayong ditong kailangan natin i-calculate yung present worth and yung accumulated amount. So what is the accumulated amount? So this is F. For a 10-year period annuity, paying 10,000 at the end of each semester with interest at 15% compounded semi-annually and next monthly. So ngayon, provided naman sa atin yung value ng annuity which is 10,000 and yung compounding period natin na total of 10 years. So here, hindi ko muna nilagay yung interest rate natin na 15% annually kasi yung 15% na yun, nagre-represent siya ng annual interest rate. So, most of the problems naman here sa mga annuity ay naka per year. But here, for this specific problem, kailangan muna nating i-convert yung value ng 15% kasi technically, para siya yung nominal, yung ginawa natin dun sa sa first previous lecture natin about compound interest. So, ngayon, we need to adjust first the nominal annual interest rate to match the compounding period which is semi-annual for the first requirement of this problem. So what we need to do is just simply solve for the semi-annual interest rate before we can plug in the formula para mas madali. But if you're really fast in solving problem, you can directly use the formulas that we have. So here, we can use the uniform series present worth factor wherein given tayo ng annuity value and we need to solve for the value of the present worth as well as the future worth. So here, we need to solve first for the interest rate. So given tayo ng 15%, so gawin ko na lang 0.15 no? And then divide natin ng 2 kasi this is semi-annual. So I'm going to use my calculator siguro because we need to solve for the answer simultaneously. So what we have here is around 0.075. Okay, so after that, we can now use our formula from the handouts, which is equal to P A and then 1 minus, so kapag P given A, 1 minus 1 plus I so confirm lang natin yung formula 1 plus I negative N kasi may nakita akong PowerPoint na positive yung nakalagay, so kinorek ko lang yung previous na PowerPoint na ginagamit dito sa engineering economy. So we can directly solve for this one and then we just substitute the values. So 10,000 then 1 minus 1.075 then raise natin ng 10. So, hindi lang 10. So, dapat 10 times 2 because we are talking about semi-annual year. And then, divide natin ng I. Like what I said before, na pwedeng 15 na yung ilagay nyo dito and then divide nyo na lang ng 2, 15% or 0.15 and dito din, 0.15 divide natin ng 2. But, since we want to make it clear to everyone that the value of I that we can put in the notation that we have, which is yung T, A, I percent, and then N. So, dapat P over A, and then yung 0.075 or 7.5 yung gagamitin natin, and then yung N. which is 10. So as you can see na even though 10 years lang yung period natin, but since we are talking about a semi-annual, so in 1 year, dalawang annuity yung madidevelop that will cause some additional interest dun sa future worth na kailangan nating bayaran. Okay, so now what we are going to get here from this. So my calculator is from my phone and I'm still opening it. Here, so I found my calculator. So we are going to solve it manually, but if you have calculator beside you, so you can also solve while I'm also doing the calcs here. So 1.075 and then negative 10 times 2. Yeah, so sobra tayo ng arrow. So what we got here is around 101,944. Kapag mali yung na-solve ko class, so wala kasi tayong original question yung nilagay natin dito. So you may correct what I have solved or kung ano yung nakuha natin from the calculator. So 2 decimal places, okay na yan. And then yun yung nakuha natin, which is the present worth. Now we need to solve for its future worth. So we can use now what we call the F given A, yung uniform series compound amount factor. So F over A 7.5% and then pero this is semi-annual na pala, no? So dapat pag semi-annual we have a total of 2 times 10 na. So this is 20 na dapat. And same as here, 20. 10 lang siya kapag annually siya, yung compounding. So, yan dapat. Kung anong ilalagay natin dito, yun na din yung n natin dito. So, the formula here is just equal to, so, we need to confirm our formula even though familiar naman tayo sa formula, but we need to make sure na tama yung ilalagay. So, F is equal to A and then 1 plus I raised to N minus 1 and then divide lang natin ng I. So, we have here 10,000 and then 1.075 raise ko na sa 20 minus 1 and then 0.075. So we can easily solve for this one using our calculator. So 10,000 1.075. So I hope you're also doing here the calculation para practice na din sa inyo para magamay niyo yung calculator. Okay, so yung nakuha natin dito ay 433,000. I hope the same tayo ng answer. 046.81. Okay, so yan yung answers natin if it's semi-annual yung compounding interest natin. So next, we need to solve if it is monthly. So monthly compounded, so yung I natin ay magiging 0.15, then divide natin ng 12. So sa isang taon madami yan. So hindi ko na Mahirap na siya i-drawing, no? Kasi gagawa tayo dito ng 12. So, hindi magkasya. So, kailangan extend natin 1 year. Dito na lang. So, in 1 year, before siya makapunta sa first year, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yan, hindi pantay. Hindi equal. Okay, so 1 year. For 1 year, 12 times, no? Meron siyang 12. Meron dong 12 na annuities na kailangan nating ma-solve pero meron tayong direct formula. So, same lang naman. Yung maging I natin is divide lang natin ng point ng 12. So, 0.0125. And yung N natin is magiging 10 years, di ba? Times 12. So, what do you expect yung makukuha natin na values dito? Ang daming annuity. Monthly. Okay, now, so we can solve for the... So, if we're going to write this one, T over A, and then 1.25%, and then 20. Okay, so ano na yung gagawin natin? Of course, yung formula, so P is equal to 10,000. Direktahin ko na yung mga value class, no? 1 minus 1.0125, and then negative, so hindi to 20. 120 dapat. Sino ba nagsabi ng 20? Si self. Okay, so raise natin sa negative 120 and divide natin ng, correct nyo lang ang class, no? Although pre-recorded na to, so mag-isa lang tayo dito ngayon. Mamaya nyo pa ako maririnig. 125. The reason for that is I'm working with my UST mail. So, I have something to do. Okay, so kapag medyo na-bored na kayo, part 1 muna, no? Parang episode lang. And then you can continue watching this after you have already gained something. Some learnings. So, ano yung nakuha natin? So, we have 619,828. 0.47. Hindi ko pa ito na-solve before, so gumawa lang ako ng problem. Although meron siyang similar problem, binago ko lang yung compounding. Hindi siya naging annual. Ayun, nag-struggle tayo. So, I need you to confirm the values and then kapag nag-face-to-face class tayo, i-correct natin. Yung tamang sagot, correct answer, of course. And then, for clarification, and clear para clear sa lahat yung mga problems natin. Okay, so, meron tayong sagot for present worth. Now, we move to solving the value for the total accumulated after 10 years. So, the formula is just the given are just the same, but the formula, we are going to use the what we call the uniform series compound amount factor. Okay, so, yung formula natin is just, copyahin lang natin yung nasa taas. So, 10,000, 1.0125 raised to 120. Tama. Divide natin ng 0.0125. 125. Okay, so calculator ulit. So, what we have here, 10,000, 1.01. So, titingnan nyo yung formula natin kapag future siya, positive yung nauna, no? Bago siya mag-subtract ng 1. So, raised to positive siya. Pero, kapag negative, dun yung sa present worth. Pag nauna yung 1 minus, tapos nag-raise siya sa negative, parang nabaliktad lang, di ba? So, nabaliktad lang yung nauna. So, dito, 1.025 bago mag-minus 1 for future worth. Pero, yung exponent, positive. So, and then dito, negative. So, mabilis lang. I mean, madali lang natin madidistinguish kung ano yung formula na gagamitin natin in finding the present worth, and the other one, yung future worth. Okay, so yung nakuha natin, okay, so what we got here, minus 1.0125. Okay, so ayan, hindi ko lang makita yung sagot. 2,752.58. So, grabe yung difference, no? 58 ba? Ayan, tama. Medyo malabo na kasi yung light ng calculator natin. Anyway, kung i-compare natin, so same yung value ng annuity but different sila ng compounding period. Wherein, una, yung semi-annual, every 6 months, yung future worth niya is 433. But kapag meron tayong annuity, yung payment natin would equal per year, I mean, for 10 years, pero nag-i-increase yung interest natin nag-accumulate siya 12 times sa isang taon. So, yung difference very large, no? So, kung sa semi-annual, 433,000 lang, dito, mas higher yung value na makukuha natin under compounded monthly, which is around 2 million na, and then 700,000. So, yung differences na yun, in the value of present worth in future worth, arise because of the frequency of the annuity and yung compounding interest natin. So, kung sum up lang natin, so yung monthly na compounding, mas nag-accumulate siya ng mas madaming interest. So, nag-lead siya sa higher value ng both future worth and yung present worth natin. Kahit na same yung value ng annuity. Ganun din naman sa interest rate, di ba? Pero, yung difference nung sinolve natin, di ba, pag compounded lang, kapag naka-single payment lang siya, konti lang yung difference. But dito, sa annuity, madami kang payment, naka-uniform series, mas malaki na yung makukuha nating differences sa mga values. So, yun yung malaking difference ng single payment as compared dun sa uniform series. Okay? So, kapag may question kayo, just email me and we are going to discuss that sa lecture. Okay, so tapos na tayo sa first problem. Move na tayo sa second problem. So, for the second problem, we need to, meron tayong company dito na yung tawag ay Pharmacy Plastic. Yan. So, meron silang fabrication plants in Manila and Hong Kong. So, the president of that company wants to know the equivalent future worth. So, yan. Klarong-klaro na future worth yung hahanapin natin. And then, yung 54 million capital investment each year for 8 years. So, na-provide dito yung capital investment each year for a total of 8 years starting 1 year from now. So, Formasa Capital earns at a rate of 14% per year. So, ano ba yung binigay dito sa atin sa problem? Yung capital investment na each year. So, per year siya, kaya ito yung magiging annuity natin. So, yung annuity natin is just 54 million. Sobrang dami ng 54 ng 0. So, sige, gawin na lang natin. May 6 na 0. Pero pwedeng 54M, but tingnan natin kung magiging yung ano niya, decimal, o yung mga values niya mag-iiba-iba. So, mas okay na lang na ilagay natin yung actual na number of zeros. Okay, so direct formula lang tayo dito. And then, yung madali dito sa problem na to, hindi siya naka-monthly, semi-annually. So, directly, yung value ng interest rate natin is yung 14% na hindi na natin kailangang i-adjust pa or i-convert. So, what we have here is 14%. So, given na naman tayo ng A, ang kailangan natin hanapin yung future worth. So, F given A, and yung I natin na 14%, and yung N natin na 8. So, yan lang. Direkta lang. So, we're going to use the uniform series compound amount factor again, which is the formula is just equal to A 1 plus I raised to N minus 1, and then divide natin ng I. Yan, kung may nakikita kayong mga chat, disregard nyo na lang sa mga faculty member. Okay, so ayan, plug in lang natin yung value na 54 million, no? And then, lagay natin yung 1.14 raise ko sa 8 times 1. So, 8 na lang. Minus 1. And then, divide natin ng 0.14. So, make sure na naka-percent yung given, but naka-decimal yung ilalagay natin dito sa formula. Same lang dun sa mga single payment or yung previous na lecture natin. Okay, so we're going to use the calculator again to solve for this one. So, sa table, hanapin na lang natin yung values na ito, no? Meron na siyang mga factors na value, yung table. Na-solve na per year. Pero hindi mo naman all the time dala-dala yung listahan na yun. But, we have a project before na kailangan namin gawing Excel yung mga values per year, kasama yung semi-annual, kung ano yung magiging values niya. But, again, siguro, hindi natin gagawin ngayon. More on problem sets na lang or quiz assessment because we don't have much time na. I think we are going kind of late dun sa lecture natin. But anyway, mahirap din magpa-makeup class, so gawin na lang natin yung ibang lecture na recording para kahit papano makasabay tayo. So, kasi in the future, I think madami pang suspension yan. So, wag naman sana, in a good way. So, what did you get? Ilang million din ba? So, what the calculator gave to us is around 714 million. So, ang laking value. 569 and then 048.5. Yan. Ito din ba yung nakuha ninyo, class? Alright. So, we're done with problem number 2. So, ang hinahanap lang naman is the future work. Okay, so number 3 na tayo, no? We have here a construction company in Pampanga plan to purchase a new machinery for a project. So the machinery costs for around 10 million. And the company intends to pay off the machinery in equal annual installments over the next 5 years. So the interest rate applicable is 8% per year. So the company also plans to accumulate a sinking fund to replace the machinery after being used for 10 years. So with the fund being accumulated through equal annual deposits. But in 10 years, the machine is expected to experience a 3% inflation rate. So for the first requirement of the problem, we need to solve for the uniform series present worth factor P over A. So direct lang yung hinahanap, no? So we need to solve for the present worth factor. So take note of the term factor. So what we are going to use here, hindi natin siya i-multiply even though P over A. So hindi naman tayo given ng hindi naman given yung annuity. So, ang provided sa problem na to, given, medyo malaki lang. Given is P, 10 million. So, most likely, ang kailangan nating mahanap din sa problem, yung value ng annuity. So, but now, we need to solve for the value of the uniform series present worth factor. So, we have a formula here, P given A. So, first, P is equal to A, and then 1 minus 1 plus I negative, and divide lang natin ng I. So, ang tinutukoy lang natin dito na factor ay yung minumultiply natin sa annuity para makuha natin yung value ng present worth. So, ito yung tinatawag nating uniform series present worth factor. Usually sa board exam, ang binibigay lang na value ito, yung uniform series factor. So, kung mapapansin ninyo, dapat mas malaki yung value ng present worth dun sa annuity natin. So, ano yung in-expect nating value ng uniform series? So, dapat yung value niya ay para mag-enlarge or lumaki yung value ng A para mas malaki, greater than yung value niya dun sa value ng A. I mean, naguluhan kayo, no? So, yung value dapat ng present worth natin, mas malaki dun sa magiging value ng A. So, dapat more than 1 or greater than 1 yung makuha nating value. So, ngayon, let's substitute the problem, the values na given sa problem dito sa equation natin. So, P over A, yan lang naman yan, yung uniform series present worth factor natin. So, factor lang yung hinahanap and then wala pa tayong value ng A. So, what we have here, 1 minus 1 point, ano yung interest rate? 8%. 0.08 raised to negative, how many years na kailangan bayaran? Around 5 years. Then, divide lang natin ng 0.08. So, I'm going to use my calculator. So, what we have here, wait lang, calculator. So, 1 minus 1.08 raised to negative 5. And then, divide natin ng 0.08. So, compounded naman siya annually. 3.992. So, 3.992. Yan. Kung papansin nyo, mas malaki yung value niya para pag minultiply natin yung annuities natin, malaki yung value ng present worth na makukuha natin. So, what we have here is the uniform series present worth factor. So, number 2, we need to solve for the annual installment. So, we can use this value, yung uniform series present worth factor, pero meron din tayong tinatawag na capital recovery factor. Tama, yung capital recovery factor, yung formula niya naman, is parang yung reciprocal lang ng uniform series present worth factor. So, this is just A over P, hindi siya A over phi or F. Anyway, ganun talaga. So, A, given tayo ng P. So, yung formula natin dyan is I over 1 minus, parang reciprocal lang. So, binaliktad lang natin yung numerator. And then, kung mapapansin niyo binaliktad lang. And then, kung greater than 1 yung value na nakuha natin sa uniform series, so, expect natin na less than 1 yung value ng capital recovery factor. Para yung makuha nating annuity is mas maliit doon sa present worth factor natin. So, let's solve the the capital recovery factor. So, we have 0.08, then 1 minus 1.08, negative 5. So, madami kayong formula na i-memorize kasi iba-iba yung terminologies. So, ganyan, pag ganyan, Basta yung value ng capital recovery factor or A given P, this is just the reciprocal. So, kahit hindi nyo na i-memorize yung formula, lahat, pero much better na familiar kayo kung ano yung mga terminologies, ano yung formula, yung kaibahan nila. So, 0.25046. So, kapag we are going to get the reciprocal of P over A, syempre, siya na yung A over P. So, 1 over 3.992. Expect natin na dapat 0.25. Kasi same lang yung formula, binaliktad lang natin. So, 3.992. Yan, 0.250. So, kahit alin yung gamitin yung formula dito para makuha natin yung value ng A, so, you can use either of these. Kung ano yung mas preferred or mas madaling i-memorize. So, most commonly, ang minememorize sa mga student, including me, ito, yung P given A. And then, you just get the reciprocal of this value to get the factor for the capital recovery or yung A given P. So, now, kahit alin naman dyan na factor yung gagamitin natin, makukuha na natin yung value ng A. So, what we have here is A is equal to yung present worth and then divide natin ng capital recovery factor or yung A over P. Or A over P siya. So, 10 million, kapag dinivide natin siya ng mas maliit na value, so, dapat multiply. Kasi yung kinukuha natin is annuity. So, yung P and then yung factor natin na 0.25046. 0.2504. So, tandaan nyo lang, dapat mas maliit yung makuha nating value. 0.25046. So, dapat, ang obligation na kailangang mabayaran every year, kasi ang gusto nila ay installment, is nasa 2,504,564.55. So, ito yung annuity natin. And then, kapag gusto nyo naman is magamit yung uniform series, P divided by 3.992 lang. So, yan din yung makukuha natin. 2,504,564.55. So, ito yung value ng annuity natin. Okay, so for the third one, meron na tayong annuity. We need to solve for the value of the future worth. Tama? Determine the total amount that will be paid after 5 years. So, we are going to use the uniform series compound amount factor naman. So, yung formula natin dyan, F is equal to A or F over A, 1 plus I raised to N. So, kapag future worth ng given, positive, minus 1, divide lang natin ng I. So, F is equal to, yung annuity natin, 2,504,564.55. So, okay na yan sa akin yung 2 decimal places na gagamitin all throughout the process of solving. So, while you solve, maintain 2 decimal places. So, that's okay for me. And then, final answer 2 decimal. Although, dapat same yung final answer ninyo lahat kasi sumunod kayo sa 2 decimal places. Na, halimbawa, 2 decimal places yung ginamit ninyo sa first requirement, I mean, yung part B. So, sa part C, yun yung gagamitin yung value. So, dapat same pa din yung makukuha nating values lahat kasi sumunod tayo sa isang condition. So, now, going back, I'm going to put now the value of the interest which is 1.08 and then raise natin siya sa 5 minus 1. Then, divide lang natin ng 0.08. So, what we have here now, we expect na mas mataas yung value ng future worth kaysa sa annuity, of course, and also dun sa present worth natin. So, 1.08 raised to 5 minus 1, divide natin ng 0.08. So, the future worth value is around 14 million 14 million. Ayan, wali, sinadya yun. Ito, 14,693 to 80.79. Ayan. Madam Chair, ito na po yung sagot natin. 14 million po. Yan. So, meron na tayong 14 million na sagot. Next, we need to solve for the... I think we can use the single payment series here. Kasi no. So, even though we calculated using the annuity, what if we try this formula? P is equal to F. F is equal to P. 1 plus I is to N. So, F is equal to 10 million 1.08 raised to 5. F is equal to 14 million. 10 million dapat. Sino ba nagsabing 10,000 lang? Million yung usapan natin dito. 1.08 raised to 5. Ayan, ano yung nakuha natin? 14 million, ganun din. So, this is because yung formula natin for the annuity, tinry lang natin siya i-convert kung ano yung magiging value niya na equal per year. So, dinistribute lang natin yan. Pero dapat, same lang naman yung pinag-uusapan natin interest rate in period, and then yung maging accumulated value niya at the end will just be the same kapag same yung condition na compounding per year. So, ngayon, ang nakuha nating value is around 14 million kasi yung formula natin dinerive lang nga doon sa single payment. And then, from that single payment, dinerive natin yung individual series payment natin para makuha yung formula sa annuity. So, kahit ang gamitin nyo na para makuha yung future worth, given kayo ng present worth, yung single uniform. Pero pag kailangan nyo nang makuha yung annuity, or yung annuity yung given sa problem, you are going to use yung formulas natin dito na na-introduce sa topic na to. So, 14,693 to 80.77. So, may discrepancy lang kasi ang ginamit natin dito is yung sa annuity na, of course, nag-round off na tayo. And then dito, ang ginamit natin is yung 10 million talaga. So, we expect na magdi-differ yung value sa decimal. But yung pinaka-value dito sa unahan, almost the same. Okay, so we're done with number 4. We need to solve now the fourth one para complete na yung requirement ng number 4. So ngayon, we need to solve for the annual sinking fund deposit needed to accumulate the total amount required for replacement after year. So sa problem na to, hindi pa naman sira yung machine, pero in-expect nila na magluluma yung machine na yon after 10 years. So kailangan palitan na nila yon after 10 years, although na-complete na nila yung payment at the end of the 5th year. So ngayon yung company, they're planning to buy a new one after 10 years, and then they need to save a sinking fund every year para ma-accumulate na yon, and then yung total accumulated value, yun na yung gagamitin nila pambili sa pagdating ng 10th year. So ngayon, we need to solve for that equal value na kailangan nilang i-deposit para may pambili na sila ng new one after 10 years. Okay, so madali lang yung formula natin dito. Pero, merong catch. So yung catch, yung value na 10 million after 10 years, of course, yung price ng machinery after 10 years ay hindi na same, of course, because of the inflation. So, provided naman sa problem na magkakaroon lang ng 3% inflation for the whole 10 years, average value, 3% inflation rate. So, we need to solve now for its cost after the 10th year. So, ano yung formula natin? So, future cost ng commodity for inflation. So, present cost, 1 plus F raised to N. So, the present cost is 10 million. And then we have 1.03 and then raise natin sa 10. So, ito na yung magiging cost niya. Then, $13,439,163.79. Ngayon, balikan natin, confirm natin kung at after year 0 or after now, they're going to start their savings. So, we need to calculate for the sinking fund, need to accumulate total amount required for replacement after 10 years. So, we need to, we just assume na nag-start na din sila ng pag-deposit for the replacement after year 0. So, just draw the cash flow diagram. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, ito yung future cost natin. I hope you're learning something kahit pa paano, no? Future cost. If you're sleepy na, you can sleep. And then, balikan nyo na lang if you have energy to hear my explanation. And then, okay, so going back, anong hinahanap natin? So, year, yung annuity value na kailangan nilang i-deposit every year so that makakabili sila ng bago 10 years from now. So, of course, kasali yan. Okay, so yung formula natin dyan, nakuha naman natin yung maging future worth or future cost. So, we can use the A given F. Kasi meron tayong 13 million. So, we need to solve for the value of the annuity. A given F. So, yung tawag natin kapag A given F is sinking fund factor. This is the sinking fund factor. And then, our formula for sinking fund factor is equal to I, binaliktad lang naman yung F over A, which is the uniform series compound, 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. And then, to get the value of the annuity, lipat lang natin yung F. So, I, 1 plus I minus 1. And our future cost is around 13,439,163.79. Plug in ko lang yung mga values class now, which is 0. Same lang yung interest rate, 0.08. Yeah. 0.08. 1.08 raised to 10 minus what? So now our future work 13,439, 163.79.08. So we expect na that mas maliit yung value makuha natin dito. We have 927,698.605 or 61. So this is the amount that they need to save every year for 10 years in order for them to buy a new one after 10th year. So at an interest rate of 8%, and to counter, syempre, yung counter nila yung increase din dun sa price ng commodity na which is 3%. So they need to save around 927,000 for their sinking fund. Yan. So, yan lang yung requirement natin. So, 900,000. 10 years pa naman. So, mahaba-haba. Yan naging... Okay, so ganun din ba yung nakuha ninyo? So, double check lang natin. Ayan. So, tama siya. Alright. Na-provide naman natin yung lahat. Okay, so next na tayo sa slide. So next problem. Okay, so problem 4 na tayo. So for problem 4, we need to solve for the special fund by making a uniform end of period deposits at the end period for 20 years. So the fund is to provide 100,000 at the end of each of the last 5 years for a 20-year period. So if the interest is 8% compounded semi-annually, so what is the required semi-annual deposits to be made? Okay, now, so what we need to do here is we need to calculate for the value for each year na kailangan na deposit ni civil engineer para may makuha siyang 100,000 at the end of each of the last 5 years. So, I think mas okay na gumawa tayo dito ng cash flow diagram for both the withdrawals and deposits. So, yung provided sa problem natin, so we have the withdrawal. So, sabihin na lang natin na withdrawals for 5 years. So, we have 100,000 and then 5 years. So, ito yung withdrawals. Kailangan natin makuha yung annual na interest rate niya. Kasi per year niya kukunin, di ba? Hindi naman na yun magko-compounding. Pero, yung deposits, so yung deposits natin, yun yung kailangan nating mahanap. For 20 years, so we need to solve for the value of the payment, but not annual. So, sa problem is, it is compounded semi-annually. So, 20 times 2, so, in 1 year, 2 beses siya nagko-compound. And then, yung I natin, yung 8%, this is the nominal. So, we need to divide it by 4 pa. So, 8% divided by 4. And we need to solve for A. So, mas better na magkaroon tayo ng cash flow diagram. But, sobrang dami nito, no? 20 years. So, maybe we can cut na lang. So, start here, first 3 years. And then, we just go into the 15th siguro. So, in 15th, kasi minus 5 plus 1. So, I mean, minus 5 plus 1. So, I negative minus 6. So, 15, then 16, 17, 18, 19, then 20. So, yung plano ni civil engineer, kailangan meron siyang makuha, ma-withdraw for the last 5 years. So, including yung last year. So, dapat may makuha siyang 100,000. So, 5 naman na yan. So, 100K, 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 and 100K. Okay, ngayon, hindi lang annual yung compounding. So, 2 beses. Kaya naging siyang 40. So, 40 yan. Around 40 yan. So, yung last is pang 40. 39. So, equal yung value neto, no? Although 40 times siya, magkakaroon ng compounding. So, here, we can use yung idea natin na equation of value wherein we need to select for a focal point na magiging same yung values nila. Ano yung mas okay? Yung present worth or yung future worth from 0 to 20th year. So, yung future worth na lang class, no? And then, yung future worth, kailangan natin siyang i-move. So, parang ito yung maging present, no? Babaliktad lang. So, move natin yan. Doon yung future worth niya for 5 years. And then, yung future worth ng mga annuities natin. So, we need to solve for the future worth. So, we can equate these values. So, for 5 years, na annuity din of 100K. So, more of like yung annuity value natin for 100K. So, future worth ng withdrawals is equal to future worth ng deposits. So, for future worth of withdrawals, given tayo ng annuity value na 100,000 F over A. So, we have 100,000. So, yung magiging future worth natin. And then, given tayo ng wala pa yung annual natin na interest rate. So, we need to solve for its annual. And then, for 5 years. And then, yung future worth naman ng deposits is FD, given tayo ng A. Pero yun yung hanapin natin, no? Given FDA. And then, what we have here also, yung I natin, 8% divided by 2, and yung total compounding period is 40. So, what are we going to do now? Okay, so what we have here, okay, so meron naman na tayo. We need to solve for the value of I first, yung annual interest rate natin, before we can use the formulas. So, we have here now the effective interest rate, siguro, ng 1 plus I. We can use that to equate the same value of interest rate with our given, yung 8% na compounded semi-annually. So, wala kasi tayong alam about the nominal interest rate per year. So, how do we do that? We use the effective interest rate to get the value of compounded annually. So, 1 plus I, and then 1 plus 0.08 over 2 raised to 2. So, we can get the interest rate per year or per annual compounded 1.08 over 2 raised to 2. So, 1.0816. So, what we got here is 0.816, so around 8.16. So, this is our interest rate. So, we can now write our equation. So, FW, given tayo ng A. So, yung A natin dito is 100,000. So, 100,000. The formula for uniform series compound. So, we're going to solve for the future work given tayo ng annuity. So, this is 1 plus I. So, yung I natin na nakuha, ito na yan, 8.16. So, 1.0816. And then, raise natin ng ilang years? 5 years. And then, we are going to divide by 0.0816. And then sa kabilang side naman ng equation, given tayo ng A, pero unknown siya. So, in order for us to get that value, we need to equate these withdrawals equal to deposits. So, what we now have here is same formula. Okay, so I think may kulang tayo dito. Minus 1. So, don't forget to put the minus 1 in our equation. And then yung A, same lang yung formula because this is just annuity solving for the future work. So, 1 plus 0.04 kasi 8%. So, 0.04 na lang. And then yung compounding years is 5 times 20. So, 40. 5 times 2 times 20. So, 2 times 20. Semi-annual for 20 years. Minus 1. Divide natin ng 0.04. We can get a value of. So, A na lang yung ano natin. You can use your sheep salt. So, 100,000. 1 plus 0.0816 raised to 5 0.0816 0.04 and then yung minus 1 natin Okay, so what we get here, the value of annuity na kailangan niyang i-deposit for 20 years ay 6,000 105.353. So we need to check kung tama yung nakuha natin. So 0.0816 Okay, so dito 6193. So 6193. Yung sa calculator na nakuha kay 6193.44. So ba't kaya ako mali dito sa isang calculator? Okay, so nakuha ko na 06 yung nalagay ko. Instead of 16, 0816.0806. So 6193 yung final answer natin dito for our Fourth problem. So, move na tayo sa next problem. Ganyan lang siya. So, solve natin itong number 5. So, a young woman, 22 years old, has just graduated from college. So, she accepts a good job and desires to establish her own retirement fund. So, at the end of each year thereafter, she plans to deposit 2,000 in a fund of 15% annual interest. So, how old will she be when the fund has an accumulated value of 1 million pesos? So, list down lang natin lahat ng mga given, no? So, we have here yung age, pero mas okay siguro na gawa tayo ng cash flow diagram. So, how do you tell that it is an annuity problem? So, sabi dito sa problem, desires to establish her own retirement and at the end of each year thereafter. So, this is under ordinary annuity. So, we have other types of annuity that we're going to discuss after this. But for now, let's focus with the formulas that we have from the ordinary annuity. So, she plans to deposit 2,000. So, I guess, ito yung magiging, for sure, ito yung 2,000 na to, ito yung A natin, or yung annuity value, which is annual, 2,000, with an interest rate of 15%. So, gawin na lang natin 0.15. And how old will she be? So, we need to find kung ilang years magkaka-accumulate ng 1 million pesos, which is yun yung future worth natin. So, ngayon this problem, ang hanapin naman natin is yung N, and then we just add the number of N sa current age niya. So, yung current age niya na 22 years old, and then yung N na makukuha natin, yun yung i-add natin sa 22 years para makuha niya kung anong age niya to accumulate this 1 million fund. Okay, so let's solve this problem. To visualize the problem, I think we can create cash flow diagram. So, right now, the age of a young woman is 22. So, yun yung year 0, no? So, 22 years old, yun yung year 0. And then, year after, 23. So, yun yung year 1. And then, she's going to deposit 2,000 value and all throughout up until the last deposit, wherein she will be able to accumulate a value of 1 million pesos. Yun yung hindi natin alam, class, no? This is unknown. So, we need to solve this one using our formulas, wherein F given A or A given F. So, parehas naman silang given. Ang unknown lang natin is yung N. So, kahit alin yung formula na gamitin natin, sinking fund or the uniform series compounding, pwede nating makuha yung value ng N. So, gamitin na lang natin yung pinaka-common, no, wherein we need to solve for the value of A, given tayo ng A, and yung formula natin dyan, yung factor, is 1 plus I raised to N minus 1. Then, we are going to divide it with the value of I. So, yung I natin is annual naman. So, we're not going to divide or change or modify its value. Okay, so how do we solve this? So, we just plug in the value of 1 million and also the yearly deposit. And then, we just include the interest rate, 1.15. And ano natin is yung time or years, minus 1 and then 0.15. And then using your calculator, we can solve for the value of N. 1 million and then 2,000, 1.15 alpha x minus 1. I hope you're doing some calculations as well. So what we have here is 30.99. So n is equal to 30.99. So gawin na lang nating 31. So mag-exceed tayo ng, sakto naman siya. So 31. After 31 years, she will be able to accumulate 1 million. So ano na yung age niya after 31 years? So we're just going to add. So age to accumulate 1 million is equal to 22 years old plus 31. So how old is she? So she's 53 years old already before she can accumulate 1 million pesos. So it is important that we save now so that magiging milyonaryo tayo in the future. But if the bank offers a high interest rate, so we can easily get or save a million peso in our bank after some time. So this is the answer for this problem.